Throughout human history, few creatures have haunted our imaginations like the werewolf, part man, part beast, a monster hidden among us until the moon calls forth its savage nature. In the earliest records of civilization, shapeshifters appear. The Epic of Gilgamesh, written around 2100 BCE, tells how the goddess Ishtar transformed lovers into wolves as punishment. Ancient Greeks told of King Lycaon, who served Zeus human flesh. Enraged, Zeus turned him into a wolf, origin of lycanthropy, the delusion of becoming a wolf. In medieval Europe, belief in werewolves was deadly serious. Church and state prosecuted hundreds accused of transforming. The most infamous case was Peter Stump, a German farmer tried in 1589 who, under torture, confessed to murdering and cannibalizing over a dozen people, claiming he wore a magic belt that transformed him into a greedy, devouring wolf. Many so-called werewolves were serial killers or victims of mass hysteria, but the terror they inspired was real. Some alleged werewolves suffered from clinical lycanthropy, a psychiatric condition where people believe they transform into animals, feeling their bodies stretch, teeth sharpen, and primal urges emerge. These delusions are sometimes linked to conditions like epilepsy or severe mood disorders, creating a terrifying mental landscape of transformation. Another explanation lies in hypertrichosis, a rare disorder causing excessive hair growth over the entire body. In medieval times, families like the Gonzalez family and later performers like Jojo the dog-faced boy lived with this condition, seen through fearful eyes as living werewolves. In 19th century Spain, Manuel Blanco Romasanta confessed to 13 murders, claiming he was cursed to become a wolf and sold victims' fat as ointment. Modern forensics shows perpetrators who claimed lycanthropy often left human bite marks altered to appear animal, using the myth as a disturbing justification for violence. The werewolf's modern image emerged from literature and cinema. Kurt Siodmak's 1941. The Wolfman introduced iconic elements, full moon transformations, silver bullets, curses passed by bites. Hollywood's werewolf became a tragic figure, cursed, tormented, torn between man and beast, embedding the myth deep into popular culture. The 2004 film Van Helsing pushed this even further, depicting towering, sinewy werewolves whose grotesque, painful transformations fused gothic horror with visceral body horror. The tortured emergence of these werewolves became an unforgettable modern symbol of humanity's battle against its own monstrous instincts. Today's novels, shows, and games explore werewolves as metaphors for human duality, the struggle between our civilized selves and our primal instincts. Some patients with lycanthropic delusions even describe transformations that mirror Hollywood special effects more than ancient legends. Yet real wolves are social, intelligent animals with complex pack structures. They care for their young, share food, and communicate with nuance. The werewolf myth reveals more about our fear of losing control than it does about wolves themselves. Our terror lies in the thin line between reason and rage. For some violent offenders, claiming to be a werewolf becomes a psychological defense. It wasn't me, it was the beast. Tragically, this delusion can lead to violence that might have been prevented with proper psychiatric care. Modern reports of werewolf-like creatures persist. Paranormal investigators document alleged sightings of the Beast of Bray Road in Wisconsin, the Michigan Dogman, and the Werewolf of Defiance in Ohio. Witnesses describe upright, fur-covered creatures with glowing eyes moving impossibly fast. Most cases are explained by misidentified animals, hoaxes, or suggestion. Yet some reports remain unsettlingly difficult to debunk. Around the world, shapeshifter myths transcend cultures. The Navajo skinwalker, Mesoamerican Nahual, Asian were tiger, African were hyena. These archetypes remind us of a universal fear, the loss of control, the descent into savagery. Today, patients with lycanthropic delusions can receive therapy to recognize the beast within as a symbol of overwhelming feelings rather than a literal transformation. With treatment and support, they can separate illness from identity. The werewolf is a mirror reflecting our darkest fears, that we are civilized creatures capable of monstrous acts, or monsters hiding behind civility. The legend endures because it speaks to something eternal, the struggle between order and chaos, reason and rage, man and beast.